So let's go up here and set up our account. So go up to new campaign. I'm going to go to flow campaign. This is our new builder, which is pretty nifty here. So now you can choose a template. I'm going to start from scratch so that we can go ahead and just dive in, and I can just kind of show you how this works and the logic behind it, okay? So I'm also going to select my email account up here, so that's loaded in. Okay, so this is where the campaign URL comes into play. All right, so I'm going to close Mailgun. I'm going to go over here to LinkedIn. Now, in this campaign URL, you are able to put a normal free LinkedIn link. You're able to put in a Sales Navigator URL, search URL. You're able to put in a LinkedIn event URL. You're able to put in a LinkedIn post URL. You're also able to upload CSVs. You have a lot of options. This is really, really cool, and you can look at our documentation if you want to know more about that. So I'm going to go into LinkedIn here, and I am going to search. Let's search cold email since I'm selling kind of an outreach course. I'm going to go over here to events. So this is pretty cool. Outbound Masterclass. This could be the kind of people that I want to outreach to because they're learning about outbound. So what we need to do here to do an event is we just need to go here. We need to come down here. We need to register. Go back to details. Yeah. So it's about okay. Let's go ahead and put that link in here. Okay, so you see the little green check mark came up. That means that we're all good to go. So it's going to load all 809 or 808 attendees, including me here, into this campaign. That's going to be the filter leads module is going to do that. So now we have, pause campaign before we start sending if we want to. We can load the leads first, then start sending. I'm just going to let it go and flow. We can skip profiles that exist in our other active campaigns. That's really helpful. Skip profiles without a picture. I think I'm going to do this because this is just, without a picture, I mean, it's not a credible account. And premium profiles only. So with this, you can do your in-mail focused campaigns, and you can only message people that have premium profiles so they have their in-mails open. So this is really cool. You can also add a tag. This is something I'm not going to do right now. Okay, so we've got our prospecting set up. How easy was that? No list building, no email scraping. I picked a cool event. This is totally aligned with what I'm selling. And now we're going to go ahead and dive in and build our sequence. So we can start by just dragging things over here, and I'll give you just a quick overview on this. Number one, we have connect. Okay, and this is generally the first thing we want to do, no matter what, is try to connect with the prospect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that in there, and I'll explain the rest as we go here. The next is message, which is once you're connected, you're able to send a message to your prospect. Engagement is pretty cool. This is something where you can engage with the prospect. And I'll go through that in a second. You have in-mails, which my profile is free right now, so I don't have the in-mails. If you have a premium or a sales navigator or a recruiter profile, you will have in-mails. And email, which is obvious, so with our email account. We have goal, which is kind of like the last step in a sequence. It's just to sort of end the sequence. And then we have triggers, which if you click on triggers, you're going to open up all the different triggers. So, if they replied to the message, if they connected, if they liked a post of yours, if they opened your in-mail, if an email exists for this through our system of scraping. We also have a Snove.io integration, which will boost that even further. So if an email exists in Snove, it'll be able to pull that in. If the email bounced, what to do. If the email was opened, what to do. And if they visited your profile. So as you can see, you can create really complex sequences where you're saying, if they replied, then take them into another sequence or another, or stop the sequence right there, If they liked your post, reach out and say, hey, thanks for liking my post. These are the kinds of things you can do with triggers. Okay, so triggers are very, very powerful. So I'm going to connect first. Okay, so now we just need to grab this little guy. Drag that here. As you can see, you're able to pull in dynamic placeholders like first name, last name, designation, location, company name, industry. Now, I also want to show you templates because this is one of the most powerful parts of our platform. We've scoured the internet, bought courses, worked with mentors, and found all of the best templates for connecting, for messaging, for everything, and we've loaded them all in here. Okay, so if you click on Use Template, we can come down here to like agency template. Let's do sales. Okay, so now here you have a bunch of different templates. So for example, startup leaders. Like if I click this, you'll see that this comes through. So came across your profile on Source. You can say LinkedIn. You can say this event, this specific event. Saw you're attending the Outbound Masterclass, right? But you can change this offer to anything you want. This is really, really great stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna go look for another template. Interesting to connect, for example. Hi, first name, or there if there's no name. I came across your profile this morning, thought it'd be interesting to connect. Thank you. Okay, really simple, but this is something that is coming from an industry leader. Impressive. I ran across your profile this morning going through my network. I must say it's a very impressive profile. It'd be interesting to connect. This has been proven to work from people that are running courses, showing results, and so this, I believe, this one's actually from a friend of mine, Alex Berman. So this is a great message. So I'm going to go ahead and say this one's fine right now. So now next, what I want to do is I want to know if they connected. Okay, so I'm going down here to triggers. I'm going to choose if they've connected, and I'm going to go ahead and connect these. Okay. So, and if you roll over this, you'll see it should come after the connect node. These will kind of tell you, what comes next, what to drag from over here. So I'm going to wait up to 3 days to see if they connected. A lot of other programs will allow you to as soon as they're connected, shoot them a message. I hate that kind of thing because it's too automated. It feels too automated. So what we want to do is wait up to 3 days to see if they connect, and then the system will check in 3 days if they've connected. And if they have connected, I want to go ahead and message them. Now, if no, I might want to email them. And now before email, you see, if you roll over this, it should have an if email exists trigger. So I want to grab a trigger and say, if an email exists, and you've got instructions all throughout here, okay? So this is what you can put after, this is what you can put before. If the email exists, let's go ahead and connect that to an email. And with message, we can come over here. So with message, let's go ahead and let's use another template. Let's open up these templates. Let's go to sales. Let's check this one. Okay, so this is just me writing a message real quick, but saw you were attending the outbound masterclass and felt I should reach out. So that's what my message is going to be, and that works perfect. Now we can compose an email. Okay, so it's a similar message to the other one. Dropping the value. So far I'm getting blah, blah, blah. Any interest in checking it out, okay? So super simple message again. Gonna go ahead and save that. So this is a really simple sequence so far, but it can be extremely effective. But we wanna add some follow-ups. So let's go ahead and throw a message down here. And if you roll over this, you'll see we recommend throwing an if replied trigger. So you can throw a trigger, if replied. If they've replied, no, okay? So they have not replied in 3 days. So this is 3 days after the first message. Again, I'm going to set this to hours and just say 1 hour. Then we're going to do a follow-up. So again, I'm going to click Use Template, Agency. I'm going to go to Follow-up, and I'm going to say Lost. Okay, so this is a good message. Hi name. Hope this didn't get lost in the shuffle, Alex. Now, if yes, they replied, we're going to go ahead and put a goal module there, okay, because that's a goal. And all pending nodes, as you can see, all pending nodes need to be connected to a goal. So like if, whatever the case is, if it's the end of a sequence, it needs to go to a goal module. So let's go if replied, put a message module. If they have not replied, let's use another template. Let's go to follow-ups. And let's see what that one is. So super relaxed, super simple, cool, no pressure, whatever. All right, cool. So that's a great sequence right here. This is kind of your basic sequence, if you know what I'm saying. So we loaded in a URL. We're saying, connect. If they connect, yes, send them down a sequence of messages. If they don't connect, then shoot them an email. That's really, really great. So one other thing that I might want to do here. So for example, if they have connected, I think I want to throw an engagement node here. So I might just kind of move these down and go to engagement. So I want to visit their profile, and I'm gonna like any 2 of their posts. Okay, now you can also do this with keywords, which is super powerful. So if you want to like certain posts that have certain keywords, if they exist, you can do that there. So like this is how creative you can get, okay? Because like, how do I want to engage with these people? I want them to see me. I want them to visit my profile. I want them to know that I exist. And this is kind of where the engagements and different features like this really come in handy. So I'm going to add a follow-up email as well. All right, so another follow-up. So just super basic message. I'm going to go ahead and save that. The goal is here. I'm just going to drag this one to goal because this is going to be our last message that we send. I'm going to take this one and drag it to goal 2 because this is going to be the last email we send. If an email exists, I'm also going to drag this one. Yeah, we don't want to bug them, and if they're not connected, then we can't really do much with a free account. Of course, with InMail, I may do something where, like, if an email doesn't exist, send them an InMail. Okay, use one of my InMails and grab them. Okay. Okay, so this is great. You saw me build this whole thing. You saw me build, write the copy. You saw me use the templates. I mean, you literally can have a campaign up in 13 minutes or less with this. And especially, we're starting from scratch. We have those other templates and stuff that you can use that are super helpful. So it's crazy. Let's go ahead and click on schedule up here really quick. So this is the daily start time. This is my location. This is all good. I'm going to leave this. Cool. We're all good. You can save this flow for use later. But for right now, I'm really happy with this. You can save this as a draft campaign, of course, also, so you can come back to it later and not have to send it right now. But for my purposes, I'm going to go ahead and save. So keep in mind that if you have multiple active campaigns, the limits will be divided equally between the campaigns. So make sure that you realize that you don't want to run too many campaigns at once. You really want to see the kinds of reply rates and response rates and responses that you get, quality of the responses that you get before you move on and start scaling things out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm. Okay, let's see what errors we have here. Okay, the error is that I do not have yes here connected to anything. If replied, we need to set this to goal. All right, so any loose ends, you always need to make sure they come to a central goal module. So let's try that again. Confirm. Great, there's my campaign. Now it's going to take a while to process. It needs to filter those leads. It needs to find their first names. It needs to parse all that information out. So it doesn't send right away. Okay, it's going to take a little while to kind of warm up and kick in. But rest assured, in the next 24 hours, you're going to start to see things go out according to the limits that you've set down here in accounts, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's how to set up a campaign. Best of luck with everything you're doing. If you want to start monitoring the inbox and seeing what's happening, you can just go to this central inbox here where you can reply to messages, you can tag them. It's almost like a basic kind of CRM. You can use tags and all that kind of good stuff. So this makes it really easy. You don't need to log into LinkedIn to see anything. All right, guys, that's it. So best of luck with your campaigns. You can always use this live chat to get in touch with me or someone on the team if you have any questions. But overall, best of luck and go out there and close some deals.